Hi everyone, I'm Cindy, and I'm going to do a few demos for you. I was going to go live in a party, and with the changes that Facebook has made recently, I am unable to go live, so I'm going to record this and then post it in the group. So to start with, I am going to make a pina colada cake in the stack cooker. So I'm going to tell you a little bit about the stack cooker. It has a cone, which I'll be using today for the cake, a colander, which is great for cooking meats in. I use it quite often for cooking ground beef, and then all the fat and the stuff that you don't want in your food is going to drip through into the other containers. It has a large casserole dish and a medium casserole dish and a lid, which also serves as a third casserole dish. So you can stack a whole meal in here, let's say rice in the bottom, chicken in the middle, and maybe your dessert or vegetable on top, and cook it in the microwave in 20-25 minutes, and super fast. But today I am just going to make a cake. So I'm going to use the biggest casserole dish and the cone. And I'll also point out that it comes with a couple of seals too, so when your food is done, and if you have leftovers, you can just put the seal on, put it in the fridge, and you are good to go. I'm just going to set a few things aside here. Alright. I have that's a bowl, and a spoon and a whisk. And I'm going to take a cake mix. Let's grab my scissors here. If you haven't seen our Tupperware scissors, these are fantastic. They come apart for easy cleaning. You can actually even use this, for a knife to maybe cut some cheese, that sort of thing. And then it just goes right back together. I'm going to dump the cake mix in here. This is a rainbow bit cake mix. You can use a white cake or yellow cake. This just happens to be what I had on hand. Next, we need 20 ounces of pineapple tidbits in juice, which is about 1.5 cans of the smaller cans. And if you are able to get the bigger can, it would be 1 can of those. And as well, I've got a 1/4 cup of coconut. So I'm just going to dump that in. And to that, I'm going to add 3 eggs. I'm not using any oil in this recipe. Just the cake mix, the pineapple with the juice, coconut, and 3 eggs. So I'm just going to use my whisk to whisk this all together. Okay, there we go. Nicely mixed together. Sit that down. Just going to grab a spatula here, and then I'm just going to put this in the casserole dish. good bits in there. There we go. That looks quite tasty. So this is going to go in the microwave for 12 minutes. So just give me 1 sec while I put this in. At full power. Alright, so I'm just going to move this out of the way. So while that is cooking, I thought I would show you some cold brew. So this is my cold brew maker. It has this beautiful carafe with the ultra clear plastic and a filter. You'll notice the filter has a couple of lines on it. This would be for regular strength cold brew, and if you like it really strong, you go extra strength. I generally make mine regular strength. This is a canning funnel from the dollar store, but I find it works really good to save, so I'm not making a big mess. So that's about 1 cup of grounds, and I ground those up yesterday. And to that I'm going to add some water. Just give me 1 moment here. And just slowly pour the water in. Up to the top here. So I don't have quite enough water, so I'll add a little bit more to that a little bit later. This is going to sit on the counter or in your fridge for 6 to 8 hours, even overnight, 12 hours. And you'll have your nice cold brew coffee. So I made a batch last night, overnight, so I have some here. So I'm going to show you a few recipes. First off, I'm going to do a caramel mocha cold brew, and it says that we need 2 ounces of cold brew coffee concentrate. So I'm going to put about 2 ounces in here. Actually, I'm going to go 4 ounces, just because. And to that, I'm going to add some calls for Torriani salted caramel, but I've got some skinny syrup, so I'm going to use that. And we just need a tablespoon of the syrup. And a tablespoon of chocolate syrup. And this is just a regular sundae topping. I'll show you how balanced our spoons are. I can sit it on the table there. I think you can see it. And I'm going to shake this around. And you can see the cold brew is sure shaken, but my spoon is just sitting there. It's not moving at all. I'm going to pour that in. And then I need a 1/4 cup of milk of my choice. And I just had some evaporated milk open in the fridge, so I'm just going to use that. It'll get nice and creamy. So I'm just going to pour that in as well. I'm following the wrong recipe. Just 1 second here. That was 2 tablespoons. I'm going to add another 2 tablespoons of just regular milk here, because I don't want to make it too creamy. All right. chocolate just wants to stay in here, so I'm just going to do this. And I'm going to grab my lid. Now if you have the quick shake with the screw on top, you need to line up the lid with some little notches here, and that way you know everything's sealed. So I'm just going to give this a good shake. There we have it. A caramel mocha cold brew. You could certainly put some ice cubes in there. I have froze some of the coffee concentrate in our ice cube trays, and they work great for that. I'm just going to have a sip here. Oh, that's delicious. It's even better than I expected it to be. Okay, now I'm just going to do a different recipe here. So I'm just going to grab another quick shake. This one has a snap-on lid instead of the screw-on. So this one as well, we just need 4 ounces of the cold brew. Put that in, set that aside, and then we just need a tablespoon of the syrup. The salted caramel syrup, that is. That in. And this time I need my 2 tablespoons of evaporated milk, so just give me 1 sec. Turn that off. I'm just going to grab another one of my midget containers here. It's got nice lines on it, so oh, it's not liking me. Okay, that is close enough for me. Just give me a sec while I wipe off the front of me. Only happens when you're recording, doesn't it? Everything that can go wrong will go wrong. I'm just going to put that on, snap my lid on. Hopefully it's on tight. And both these recipes are very similar, as you can tell, but this one doesn't have the chocolate in it. And then that just shakes up nice. Pour it in the glass. And there we have it. I'm just going to give this one a little sip. Oh, they're both good. I don't know which one I would pick. I think I would have to pick them both. I might even mix the 2 of them together. All right. There we go. This a little wipe. Okay, so next I thought I would make our famous dill pickle dip. So I'm just going to grab my supersonic chopper. I use this almost daily for something or other. comes with several pieces. The base container. It has a paddle, which is good for mixing up cake mixes. I could have mixed the cake mix up with this. It has a very sharp set of blades. And hang on to your guard if you do happen to get one of these containers, and it will save your fingers. I always dirty or whatever, I put it back in the guard here and wash it all that way. It has a shield that goes on here and a funnel. Well, the funnel is pretty neat. It's actually got some measurements in here, so you don't need your tablespoon or anything. And it has 3 positions. So in this position it's at half speed. At this position it's full speed. And this position it's closed. So I could pour my, if I was making a mayonnaise or something like that, I could pour my oil in here and then just have it slowly go into the mixture. But I'm not going to use it right now. I'm just going to take 1 sec here. The cake mix just beeped, and I'll show it to you quick here. It says to cover it up for 3 minutes. So I'm just going to put the cover on it before we plate it. And I'll go back to our dill pickle dip. So to start with, we need 3 or 4 pickles. So I've just got my dill pickles in my Piccadilly. I'm just going to put them in. I like lots of pickles, so I'm going to put 4 in. And I'm going to need that in a minute because I need some pickle juice. So I'm just going to put the shield on. And give it a few pulls, and you can see they're nice and finely chopped up. Each pull on that blade is equal to about 12 chops. So you would be quite a while with your knife to get that to the consistency you want it. Next, I've got my garlic press. And I peeled a few cloves of garlic a little bit earlier. I'm just going to put those in the base there and squeeze it in. Now I could have just chopped it with the blades, but I find that I get a little bit finer chop when I do it with the garlic press. Just going to set that aside. And then this just pops right up, so you can just peel the second skin from the garlic right off, and it's so easy to clean. Alright, so now to this I need to add a brick of cream cheese. So I kind of diced this up a little bit earlier just so it fits in the container a little bit better, more than anything. And I'm just going to grab another spatula here. Don't want to waste any. Price of food these days. Put that in. And then I need about a cup of sour cream. Not sure why I left the foil on that. Must have been in a hurry. Excuse the mess building up behind me here. I'm just gonna, this is about half a container, so I know that's the cup I need. So I'm just gonna put all that in there. Grab another spoon rest. And then I need about a 1/4 cup of pickle juice. I'm just going to, actually I'm going to measure it with the measuring cup here. Put that in. Our cups are also very well balanced, so I could have sat that on the counter and I wouldn't have had any worry about it spilling at all. Okay, so that's everything we need for this. I'm going to put the lid back on. That was 8 more pulls, and you can see it's all nicely mixed together. I'm just going to, yeah, that's perfect. There's nothing on the sides there at all. So now you can just serve this up with some potato chips or veggies. I sometimes have it with fish. And if you happen to have the heated cereal containers, the lids on that will fit on this, so you can just stick it right in the fridge. So I'm going to put that aside for now. So I think our cake has had 3 minutes. So I'm going to, and you'll notice that I didn't grease this at all. So I'm just going to go like this, and we'll see what happens. Maybe nothing. Try this again. Apparently it wants to stay in there, so maybe it needs a few more minutes to cool off. So while that is cooling off, I think I will make up some whipped cream to put on top of it. So this is my whip and mix. It has 1, 2, 4, 8, 12 little paddles there. You know, I've done many whip-offs. This versus a electric mixer. And the electric mixer, I don't know, when I do mix with the electric mixer, I find it takes me probably 5-6 minutes. I'm just going to put about a cup in here. Oh, that's whipped cream, by the way. And to that I'm going to add a little bit of vanilla. And a little bit of powdered sugar, just to sweeten it up a little bit. And it's got 2 little teeth here that you line up with the handle. I'm going to put that in. And it's got a couple of different settings here, a 2 and a 1. I'm going to start it off on the 1. The 1 is for thinner batters, and the 2 is for thicker. So I'll move it up to the 2 as we get a little bit closer to ready. that's about 40 seconds, I think, and we're getting pretty close here. It's getting pretty thick for me. I'm going to put it on the 2. We're darn close. I'm almost brave enough. There we go. So less than 2 minutes and we have whipped cream made. So we will try this cake once more. Just going to grab my sandwich spreader here one more time. There we go. Lift the cone out. And there we go. Cake in about 15 minutes. Just going to slice that up with a little bit of and serve it with a little bit of the whipped cream, and we're good to go. So that is about all that I had planned to show you tonight, and I'm so sorry that I wasn't able to go live in the group, but I'll get this posted. If anybody wants to order from Danita's party, please contact me or Danita, and we'll help you out with that. We plan on closing out the party tonight, so we would appreciate it if you could get your orders into us by midnight, or I shouldn't say tonight. We will close it sometime tomorrow, but if you could have your orders into us by midnight tonight, that would be awesome. And once again, thank you so much for tuning in, and have yourself a great evening.